Everyone, welcome to the Win with Heather Havenwood. And I'm thinking about changing the name, actually, believe it or not, to the Winner's Edge. What do you think of that? My name is Heather Havenwood, and I am now doing some really cool stuff for 2017, and I just want to share that with you because I think you can take some of this up on yourself, or maybe not. But you'll be, this particular podcast is going to be the end of 2016. We're in December. We're closing up a very interesting year for a lot of reasons. Obviously, the election. Different things have happened politically, different things have happened in other parts of the world, war, but Brexit. I mean, I can go on and on and on about major things have changed. The stock market is an all-time high, almost close to, we passed 19.5, which is crazy. The fact that we've hit 19,000, now we're at 19.5. There's just so many things that have happened. And I feel that entrepreneurs have we just have such opportunity coming up in 2017. I really feel it is now the time. If you've never started a business, or you're like what I call hobbying a business, I cannot express to you enough how much 2017 will be a breaking year in entrepreneurship. And I feel one of the reasons is because in the White House, we now have an entrepreneur running the White House. I really honestly believe that. It's the first time in history that someone who's running the country also is a true entrepreneur and not just a great communicator. So that's what I believe. It actually has opened up the conversation to have those conversations that politics and business do go hand in hand. They do go hand in hand. And if you're ignoring one versus the other. So I kind of want to go into something that I'm doing. And I ran across this very interesting thing called tidying. Tidying. You ever heard of tidying? No, it's not cleaning up. And this comes from, first of all, you have to know that over the years, in my 19s and 20s, I had like 4 or 5 storage units, right? And finally, in my early 30s, right before my bankruptcy, actually, I went around the country, got all these storage units and shipped them to my place in Florida and went through all this stuff. I cleaned out so much stuff. And since then, my mom has passed away, and all of her stuff actually burned up. We stored it after her death and then passing away. And then that storage unit burned up. So I'm in this weird space now of I've cleared out a bunch of stuff, but and then most of the heirlooms have caught on fire a couple years ago. And I'm in this weird place of what I call tidying. And it's a distinction that I ran across. It's a book it's called the KonMari Way, M-A-R-I. This is a person, God, this is cool. She's a Japanese woman. She's written a book. She's written a book on the decluttering, but in a very unique way, because when I've looked at decluttering my house or my closet or whatever, I look at it from got to get down to a little bit, got to remove, eliminate, let go. Very different than almost like a scarcity. I always come from a place of scarcity, release, versus she comes from a totally different place. And what I'm going to be doing all next week is going through my entire house/condo, and I'm going to be going through her process. And oh my God, it is, I have a feeling it's going to be revolutionary, because I'm going to share it with you. First of all, before you do anything, she says, you want to actually ask the question, what's important to you? Why are you doing this? What's important to you? For me, it's happiness and clarity. Because I have a saying, confusion mind never buys. Does this feed my confusion or strengthen my clarity? The more clear we are, the more successful we can be. Because confusion never buys, and we as human beings don't take action unless we're clear. Okay? So I believe that wholeheartedly. So mine is happiness, clarity, peace of mind. When you walk into a space, that's why I love hotel rooms. I walk into this beautiful hotel room, everything's perfect. And then all of a sudden my brain can just be peaceful and focus on other stuff. Because I have ADD. So if I walk into a room and it's cluttery, my brain sees all the clutter and I can't really think. So this is for me. Again, it's like happiness, clarity, peace of mind, simplicity, and like control of feeling like being able to let go. So my ideal life is clarity and simple and tidy and open space. I really love tidy and open space. The challenge with me, like my thing is papers and books. Okay. So in the last month, in my old view of decluttering, okay, I have been going through like medicine cabinets in my bathroom and my kitchen and letting go of a bunch of stuff. And I have let go of stuff. But the thing that I have a hard time letting go of is paper. Oh my gosh. Paper and old mail, direct response mail, books, that's a big one. So if you go to my office, I mean, it's heavy. There's a lot of stuff in it. It's put away, but it's like heavy. There's a lot there. So this is what she says. Now, I haven't gone through this process yet, and you can look her online. She's this amazing Japanese woman who wrote this book, and it's like a #1 bestseller, and she can't even speak English. And so everywhere she goes, she speaks and does interpretation. There's someone who comes with her who's an interpreter, which I find fascinating within itself. So you got to check it out. Go check on her online. Again, it's KonMari way. So a couple things. This is what she says first. First, discard first. Okay, let me say that's weird. The first thing you do, step 1, start by discarding. Now, you don't discard by room, which is where like I've always gone, like the bathroom and then, the kitchen and that closet, that's how I've been taught. Discard by category, by room. She's like, no, discard, or she calls it tidying, because she has this view that if you have a lot of stuff, that's fine. It's not about trying to get down smaller. All right. It's about, okay, you've got a lot of stuff. That's fine, but still tidy your stuff. And she says, tidy it out by category. So here's what she means. This is so great. So then now she gives you an order you have to do it in. And there's a reason. There's a psychological reason, actually. So the first thing you go through when you go through the process is clothes. So you go through your house, like if you right going through it, you go through your house and gather all your clothes. So that means if you have your clothes in like 3 closets, you pull them all out. Not like closet time. No, you pull them all out. You get them all in one place. You pull everything out of the closets and you put it in one area and you go through everything. They call it discarding first and lay it all out. Okay. Then you go through all of your stuff, tops, bottoms, clothes that should be hung. She talks about how most clothes actually should not be hung. Anyway, socks, underwear, bags, accessories, clothes for special events, shoes. She says, go through all clothes first, discard first. Now, what she says is, instead of like, can I fit in it? Oh, of course, can I fit in it? This is the question she asks. First, she says, touch each clothing, touch each thing, and then ask the question, does this spark joy? Okay, now look, when I first heard this, I'm like, this sounds really weird. Here's what I'm starting to think what this is going to be about. She said, first off, the clothes have been hanging in your closet and they're like dead energy. That's what she calls about it. And so touching it creates and sparks and basically turns on the clothes. And you're going to feel, she's like, your body will touch the pair of clothing and go, it excites you or it drains your energy. And I kind of have a feeling, I can even think of things right now that I know that fit, that are great piece of clothing, but they don't spark joy. Like I don't enjoy wearing them. And that's what she means. So I find it interesting too that she wants to do clothes first, because I had it in my head when I started going, like researching this, like I'm doing papers first. Papers are like the 3rd thing on the list. And she's like, you gotta go in order. Now, going back to the spark of joy, she says, touch each item and ask the question, does this spark joy? All right. And does it have a purpose in your life? Right. And then if it doesn't, you let it go with gratitude, like, thank you for coming in my life, and let it go and moving on. What she's sharing with me, which I found really interesting, she said, as you move through your stuff, you're literally letting go of the past and creating a new future. She also talks about with her structure that once you tidy once, you'll never do it again, meaning you'll never have to do it like year after year after year after year after year, right? It's none of that. It's not like a declutter every spring kind of thing. It's like once you really like truly go through the process, you'll never have to do it again, which for me is like, really? Like, I don't even believe it. So next week, I'm taking the entire week, the week before Christmas, and I'm tidying. They call it tidying. So, and this, she says something about this, is your body reacts to the things that you love. Your body reacts to things you love. So a few things she also says: don't do it with anybody else, do it by yourself. Number one. Number two, no music. Why? She says no music because she wants you to like literally tap into your body and see if your body sparks joy or your body loves that item. Then the idea is you'll end up with a home that everything that you have around you and you see sparks joy in your life. It doesn't bring you negatively down. It literally sparks joy. And I really like this. This is a totally different view, right? Because I remember when I was a kid, my mom would be like, you need to go through your closet. And it was always like, but I like this shirt. And it's like, well, you're no longer 6 anymore. I'm like, but I still like it. It kind of fits, and it came from a different place. Or don't let go of that jacket. We can't afford another one, scarcity. This comes from a whole new place. I'm kind of excited about. Now, let's go into papers and books because, look, this is a business podcast, right? And I don't know about you, but if you've ever seen me on video and there's this big black screen behind me, there's a reason, because there's this huge closet behind me. And the closet is full of I have a lot of electronics that probably don't even work. I have a ton of direct response mail, like I've saved over the years. I have stationery. I mean, it's just so much stuff, right? Boxes of empty boxes, right? I mean, I have tons of things. So this is what she says about papers. First of all, order. Order 1, clothes. Number 2, books. Books is second. Number 3 is papers. All right, let's go into books, which will move kind of into papers. Okay, so books, she says, again, go around your home and gather all the books. Not just like your office. Go around the whole home and gather all the books, put them in one location. Because what she says is the whole part of the exercise is to start to see what you really have. Because when you put it all in one big, huge pile, you're like, whoa, got a lot of stuff, So that's kind of the point, is to kind of open your eyes. So then she says to then put the books into pleasure, which is general, like categorize them. Practical, which is reference and cookbooks. Visual, which is like photography, collections, and then magazines. She says, then place them in these different orders, okay? In these category orders. Then go through each book. And again, she says, pick up each book. So this is what's so really cool about this, is that I have a ton of books. I really do. I got a ton of books. And I have this fear of letting go of books. Like, one day I'm going to read that, or one day I'm going to need that. Or it's definitely a fear of a lack that I'm not smart enough. I've always had that. I don't think I'm smart enough. So I have a hard time letting go of papers and seminars and events because I'm like, one day I'll need that. So it's going to be interesting to me. Again, I haven't done this yet. So I'm over here talking about like I have this handled and I haven't even done it yet. Okay. So I'm actually, curious how this process is going to go. Really. No kidding. All right. So that's books. The other thing with papers, because that's really the nitty gritty for me. She says, place them all in one big area. And then her recommendation for paper is discard everything. She's like, just get rid of all of it. However, she understands there's a lot of things of what you have to keep, right? Taxes and contracts. So she says, place in 2 piles, keep and pending file, right? And she also says, keep things because you love them, not just because. Papers are organized into 3 categories. Needs attention, like needs something to do right now. Should be saved, contractual documents, taxes. And then the third, and should be saved, meaning it should be saved, but doesn't really have to be saved. That's others. Okay. So those are the 3 sections that you put papers in. And then her big thing is let it go, let it go, let it go. Like literally, there's no reason for paper. That's her big push of like, there really is no need for paper. Now, I know for me, that's going to be super, super challenging. And we'll see. She talked about respect loose change because coins are useful money. That was a good one. She talked about getting rid of gifts that people give you, especially for Christmas time. Get rid of gifts that don't suit you, as the true meaning of gift is to be received. So her point is like, if you received the gift from your friend, loved one, sibling, whatever, the action of the receiving, right? You've already received. So the item, if it doesn't suit you, you can let it go. Okay. So the act of the receive is not in the gift. It's in the action of giving the gift. And I just absolutely love that part too. A friend of mine said this to me a long time ago. She's like, because I was going through a ton of memories and I would look at this like little figurine and I'm like, I don't want to let it go. And she's like, okay, but let's remember who gave it to you. And I would say the person's name. They go, what do you remember most about that experience? And I would share the whole experience and they go, great. Hold on to that memory. Hold on to the memory and then let the figurine go and then hold on to the memory. And so that one's really cool. And she talked about a few things. I found this is cool. Detoxing your home can lead to detoxing your body. I 100% believe that. In fact, many people lose weight going through the process. I completely believe that. Also, she talks about clear mind. When you have a clear mind when books and documents have been discarded. She talked about clearing your mind. One of her sayings is your real life begins after putting your house in order. Again, especially for me, I work and live at home and work and everything, do so much time here. It becomes an extension of myself. And I'm looking forward to creating a new self. And I think it starts with the possessions I have. And she talks about that possessions are a part of your life. And then always thank your possessions. All right. They enjoy having a home. This is another thing about storage. She talks about she doesn't believe in storing your objects if possible. And that your objects want to have a home. Okay. And she says if she doesn't know where to put something, she'll ask the thing, like, where do you want your home to be? I thought that really interesting, like add energy to a thing to say, hey, where do you want to be displayed? I thought that was really cool. And then, of course, I listened to an interview of her and someone was like, what if I have a husband that doesn't want to do, all that? And she said, here's what you do. You practice for yourself first and then allow your family to watch. So she talked about children, right? Talked about children and how there was a mother talking about like, well, I really want my kids to do this. And she said, well, first of all, it's not about pressuring them. It's about helping them tidy, right? And that when they tidy and you teach them how to tidy and come from joy and fun, they're not going to think of it as cleaning their room or cleaning their space. They're going to come from a different kind of view. So I really like that one. Let's see. Okay, so here's the 5 steps. Ready? Start by discarding. Remember, by category. So you tidy by category, lay it all out, whatever the thing is. And then you tidy in the right order, right? So we do clothes, books, papers, miscellaneous, and then mementos in that order. And then as you discard, you thank your things as you discard them. And then you designate a space for each item. Like, this is your space. I live in Austin. It's not super cold here. We don't have like super, super winters. But she did say that she doesn't believe in having like, storage for, storage for winter items versus summer, that all items should be seen. That's a new one for me. I'm like, wow, really? Because it would create so much more space. So that's interesting. The other thing she talked about was folding. Now, when I heard about the folding thing, I'm like, what's the big deal? It's just folding. Okay. So you go into YouTube, check it out, go into YouTube and literally type in KonMari way folding. She has how to fold underwear, how to fold socks. Now the socks, most of them I was like, okay, I get, that's cool. The socks thing was really interesting to me because I'm one of those people, my mom taught me this. You take the socks and then you fold the top together, like you fold them out so they're all squunched, right? She says in her little like Japanese voice, your socks, they have worked so hard for you all day. Don't squunch them. They need time to breathe. So she has this particular way of folding so that they breathe and they rest for you. And I just found that was so adorable and so cute. And I'm like, I wonder what my life's going to be like after this. And then the other thing about folding is she teaches you how to fold so that your shirts and your socks and like stuff like that stand up. Like literally stand up, not fold down. Like they stand up. So again, I think it's super, super really cool. And then when you touch the item, you're waking it up. Okay. So this is really kind of interesting. You're thinking to myself, what does this have to do with anything? I'm just kind of sharing with you because for me, I don't like going through books. I don't like going through papers. I don't like going through all that because I had this massive fear around, I've been to so many events. I have literally spent, I don't know how many thousands of hours in a seminar room, being at real estate events, financial events, personal development events, internet marketing events. I've been to so many events in my life. I mean, at one point I've 450 seminars I have put together. And imagine each event is 3 days. Right? So imagine all those hours of learning and tapes and books and CDs and pamphlets and journals and all these things that I just feel I spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that I don't want to let go. And now I'm like in total fear. So that's why I'm doing this, is because she talks about as you touch the item, you're actually processing your life so that you can let it go. Right. So I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out. I highly encourage you to do it. We are at the beginning of a new year. And I just highly suggest you check it out. There's a PDF that there's a girl named Lavendier did. I actually put it on my Facebook page, and she read the book. I read the book in one day. She read the book too. And she put this little PDF together, which I thought was super cool. And she calls it How to Tidy the KonMari Way. And she gives you step 1 through 5, which is what I just said. Start 1 by discarding. 2, tidy by category, lay it all out. 3, tidy in the right order. 4, thank your things as you discard them. And 5, designate a space for each item. And then again, in the orders, clothes, books, papers, miscellaneous, mementos. So she talks about mementos is always the last thing because it's the hardest. I think she's doing a double psychology on me, to be honest, because I think the hardest thing for women to go through is clothes. Because it's like, what if I need that? Or, oh, that doesn't fit anymore. Oh, that's my skinny jeans. I mean, all that goes into play when you're dealing with clothes. And I think with women specifically, it can be really challenging. So I just encourage you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, stay-at-home mom, solo entrepreneur, you work from home, to tidy up your office space, to tidy up your bedroom, to tidy up your whole house, and see what happens. See what happens when you start tidying up your life and tying up the loose ends. Things start to change in your life. Things start to really shift in your life. I do know that from my own experience. And just to leave it with this, and again, you're probably thinking this is crazy, but I'm kind of a feng shui girl. Every year I have someone come in and like re-feng shui for the year. And I learned quickly that the bedroom, even if you're single or not, or with a significant other or not, the bedroom should be free of TVs, should be free of all electronic devices, maybe having a cell phone next to you, but I even suggest to have it in a different room. Your bedroom is designed for one thing. Well, 2 things, right? Sleep and sexual activity. Sleep, rest, and intimacy. And I've really taken that on. I've taken that on for many years, ever since I got my feng shui girl here, because I really believe that. I believe that. I don't have a TV in my room. I don't. I do have a cord to sometimes charge my phone. I do have that. But usually I put it downstairs or in a different room because I don't want people texting me or Skyping me or kinds of weird stuff at night. And that's I don't have any electronics in my bedroom at all. It's really designed for sleep and focus and rest and relaxation and meditation and shutting down the brain. So I highly suggest you do that. So anyway, this is Heather Havenwood. We are going to be wrapping up 2016 and moving to 2017. I got a lot of fun things and new things going on. I just would love to hear from you. You can email me always at heather@sexybossinc.com. If you're interested in having me on one of your shows or, talking to me about other things, you can always email us at media@sexybossinc.com. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for a great year in 2016. I look forward to an amazing year 2017. And I just want to shout out to our sponsors, Thinkific. If you are interested in creating a business from the knowledge in your head, you need to go check out Thinkific right away. And there is a special at heatherhavenwood.com/Thinkific. That's heatherhavenwood.com/Thinkific. And you're a business owner and you're like, wow, I need to really build my list, but I don't like that email thing. Let's try text messaging. And the company that does that is Mobit. Go to heatherhavenwood.com/Mobit. Or you can text the word sexy to 72,000. Text the word sexy to 72,000. And I just really want to shout out to all my sponsors and my beloved producer, Brittany, and social media, Angela, for an amazing year in 2016. I look forward to an amazing 2017. You guys have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, no matter where you're at. Do you suffer from bloating, constipation, sinus problems, extra fat around the middle? Then you might have candida in the body. Candida is a yeast that is in your blood. And to get rid of the candida, you need more than just an intensive colon cleanse. You need Ultra Slim Cleanse by E2 Lab. Ultra Slim Cleanse helps reduce candida, which can cause inflammation throughout the body. Ultra Slim Cleanse can go into your blood and pull out the toxins that cause gas, bloating, and other symptoms of yeast growth. Go check out heatherhavenwood.com/slim to watch a video from founder Dr. Don. Are you ready to get back to skinny? Go to heatherhavenwood.com/slim to get Ultra Slim Cleanse.